Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Raja. In this video we are going to look at the stock Visa. We are going to look at the stock, whether the stock is offering entry point at this price level of 200. Its stock now added to the tracker many times and dropped off, and looks like this stock is now came down quite a bit on last Friday. So let's see whether the stock is offering any secondary entry point at this price level or the primary entry point, and we can look at couple of calls or put depending upon the situation. So let's get started. And before we move on, this is our website. Please check it out when you get a chance. All the informations are recorded out there. Please check out all our social media sites. We are everywhere. We love to see you guys there. And please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll be doing a lot more videos on many stocks in coming days and weeks. So let's start with the website. It's added to the tracker today on Friday closing price of 204.66 as the entry price. This stock is okay. Do the level set. Let's start with the website. The website, it is added to the tracker back in today on Friday 9/4 with a closing price of 204.66. That is your minimum entry point, and your maximum entry point is going to be 214.89, and the stop loss is going to be 188.29. So anytime the stock closes below this price level, you may want to close your position and move on to a next one, or wait for the stock to consolidate. So that is a quick loss profit projection table for you. It's a very high level table. We will take a look at it, but let's look at the chart real quick. Then we can come back and look at this profit loss projection table. Then we can look at a couple of calls or put depending upon the situation. So this stock is one of a great winner during the COVID, but it had really tough time for a long time, moving sideways. That is the reason it was not added to the tracker at the time, but it found support over here. So it rallied quite a bit nicely last few weeks. Then it came down last week, and it found support at its 10-week moving average line. So that is the reason I believe it is offering a secondary entry point. So you are looking at the weekly setting for Visa. I like the weekly settings because they eliminate a lot of daily noise, and it gives you some kind of clear trend for 2 weeks to 3 months to 6 months for short-term trading. And the two indicators that I follow is the 10-week moving average and the 50-week moving average. So it found support at the 10-week moving average. So that is the reason I believe it's offering an entry point at this price level, even though it was a slow-moving stock, because it's a COVID. Still things were closed and the transaction were not that powerful at the e-commerce side. So that is the reason they were stalling, but they rallied up really nicely, but they came down last Friday. So hopefully the stock rally from here. So let's look at the last profit projection table, then come back to we can look at a couple of calls here. So in the loss profit projection table, it's again, the first one is a stop loss. So anytime it posts 8% loss, you want to close it and move on to a next position. And we are expecting this stock at least to post 5% gain in by September 25th, and post at least of 20% gain by November 27th. So that is the expectation. When you do this in a high level of price move, then we can look at a couple of calls for this guy. So I'll be looking at October 210 call. I put the alert on our Facebook group on last Friday, so I found this call was a little bit attractive at the time. So I will stick with this call, and let's see what's going on with this call, and still it is not attractive buy or not. So this call was almost came down to $4 or something like that on Friday, but it's rallied up a little bit after that and closed at 595, and still it is 30% off from its for the day, and it's well below its $12 level. So I feel like this now an attractive point at this price level. So let's see how things plays out. You can start with October 210 call, and it's relatively very achievable in the next few weeks. Let's see how things plays out, but you can start with 210, and I would go with the 215, and the 220 is relatively very steep, but the better thing is you can start with the 210 or 215 for October, depending upon your risk level, and you can look at calls for different dates, but I would start with the October 16th 20th call for 210. Okay guys, I believe Visa is a buy at this price level. So let's see how things plays out in coming days. Please check out the website. I will put the tracker link in the description section of the video. It will get updated at the end of the day with the stock closing price so we can measure the performance. So we are trying to now provide as actionable information as possible, not just sell, buy, hold, something like that. So I feel even like you guys like this video. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I like to see you as a subscriber, and I will see you guys in another video relatively very shortly. Until then, have a great weekend.